Hi, Kerry here with Best of Us Investors, and I got to be honest with you, I get scared. My portfolio is down over $300,000, and even though I believe strongly what I'm doing, I get doubts. I get doubts that maybe you've made a mistake. Maybe this isn't right, and the world's coming to an end, and you're going to lose everything you got. What I'm saying is these things come into my mind just as they probably come into your mind. But I've got an ace in the hole. It's called my tribe, the power of the tribe. I've written a book about it in collaboration with Colin George. And what it is that I have formed a group through the internet, through the power of the internet and Discord, of people who believe like I believe and believe that the stock market is driven by events and that innovation and technology is going to take us into the future, and it's coming faster than you think, but right now it's not doing so well. And so I get scared. So what I want to share with you, though, is the power of the tribe and what has happened and how people send me information that gives me insights, and I want to share that with you. I got a email from Bob. Bob's a regular on our Discord Friday Zoom call, and he showed me a graph that I want to show you right here, a chart, and it shows that Amazon dropped. Yes, Amazon dropped 97% in a matter of a year and a half back in 2000. And we know where Amazon is now. So with my commitment to genome therapy and genome editing, I haven't had a 97% drop, but I've certainly had a 70% drop in some of my stocks. And as a result, I get scared. I start to say, have I made a mistake? Have I overlooked something? Is something not true? Then I get a email from Jimmy Barton, and Jimmy shares with me the interview with Sam Marth. He's the CEO of CRISPR. I've shared that interview in a prior video. And he tells us that he's got over $100 billion of potential in using CRISPR just in diabetes. And that's only one of the 4 silos that are franchises that they're going after with the use of CRISPR. And then Brian M. Brian's a school teacher up in Nashville that I've done some videos for his class on economics and investing. And he sends me a copy of a video of Cathie Woods. These are the ways that I deal with the market that I'm faced with right now. This is how I deal with the fact that I'm down $300,000. Now, I'm up substantially when I first started investing, but I am currently down over the last 3 months, $300,000. So I want to share with you how I deal with it. This is not financial advice, but it is financial wisdom. Stick with me.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Grinkmeyer.
What I want to share with you now is I've declared in the past that I am an apostle of Cathie Woods. I think she is brilliant. I envy the team that she has put together to analyze technology, and she makes the statement that I totally subscribe to, that innovation solves problems. And what does that mean? That means when we have outrageous inflation, when we have increasing interest rates, when we have a broken supply chain, when we are being held hostage by Russia over the Ukraine incident, these are problems. And these are problems that can be solved through innovation. Innovation will basically bring manufacturing back to the United States. Innovation will decrease inflation as we find new ways to do old things, as biotech takes disease out of our bodies, as biotech increases our ability to produce crops and energy. This is the wave of the future. I believe in it. Cathie Woodson believes in it. And I want to share with you this interview with Cathie Woods and see if you don't have some faith coming back that we are on the right track for investments. And in fact, we will prevail.
We have been in a terrible bear market for innovation. Hard to understand, but terrible bear market for innovation. However, if you look from the bottom of the coronavirus to that peak in February of 21, we were up 358%. Why? Because innovation solves problems, right? Now we're down 60%, and we have a whole new set of problems, certainly coming out of Russia and Ukraine. If you look at our strategy over a 5-year period, look at the last 5 years, I'm not quite sure what the numbers are, but they are well above our minimum hurdle rate of return, which is 15% at a compound annual rate. And I think over 3 years, we're closer to 25%. So that helps put our performance into perspective. You know, this is a period, if you believe in innovation, and that innovation does solve problems. We had a preview of that after the COVID crisis, when our strategies in the span of a month, many of the stocks were taken down 75% because either they were burning cash or they had low cash cushions. But guess what? Those were the genomics companies that were going to get us out of the coronavirus. And today, what do we have? We have all kinds of problems, the latest of which is Russia, Ukraine, and all of the commodities coming out of that area, especially hitting Europe. I think we're going to be looking at a lot of demand destruction and substitution into innovation. Electric vehicles as opposed to gas-powered vehicles would be the biggest one. We also have labor shortages all over the place. Again, automation. This is innovation at its best, and it's being turbocharged by this environment as the market is really hitting our stocks. So I think if you were to look at the next 5 years, and if you were to give us that 5-year investment time horizon, we are the closest you'll find to a venture capital fund in the public equity markets. If you were to give us that 5 years, given our expectations for growth in these new technologies, I think we're going to see some spectacular returns.
Cathie makes a statement in there that, trust me, stay with me 5 years. I don't think it's going to take 5 years. Particularly, I have roughly 20% of my portfolio invested in 14 stocks in the biotech, genome sequencing, genome editing, genome therapy, AI, and pharma. I believe, and I have said this so many times, that the biggest event that has happened in my life was the coronavirus, because it woke the world up to the fact that our healthcare system is broken. Right now, Russia is trying to trump that as the biggest event, and trying to basically say to us, no, it's not the healthcare system that is broken, it's your system that's broken. You are dependent upon me for my oil, you are dependent upon Russia, and you fear that I might blow you up with nuclear warfare. I really suggest that you read the book The Accidental Superpower, and read chapter 10. It's entitled The Players. This is a book that was written in actually it was copyrighted and published in 2014. And Peter Zion in this book lays out exactly what Russia is doing today. He said that Russia would have to invade the Ukraine by 2020. He's off 2 years. But I mean, what he describes and what he tells you why Vladimir Putin had to do this. Yes, I said had to do this in order to make sure that Russia survives as a country and doesn't implode. You are going to be woken up. And then when you put that in context with what you just learned from Cathie Woods, you, like me, are going to take a deep breath and say, I'm going to get my $300,000 back, and I'm going to get it back 100-fold. Yes, I am going to become a multi-millionaire because I figured out where the future is going. I figured out that we are going to have a biotech revolution, a medical cure revolution. We are going to use 3D printing in order to bring manufacturing back to the United States. We are going to have to beef up our cybersecurity because once we cut off the oil, he's coming after us and our grid. We have to do these things. And therefore, that's what I am and I will continue to be invested in. And I am pretty damn confident that I'm in the right place. Now, if you want to gain the support group that I have, because that's truly what I have, my tribe is my support group. As I said, Bob, Jimmy, Brian are just a few that put forth information to help me decipher what is going on and where to put my money to take advantage of the future that is coming faster than you think. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.